Hey everybody, this is Dave from Saving Our Sanctuary, or Dave's DIY, and today I'm going to look at a Sony TC We425. This was a bargain bin, a Goodwill bargain bin find. Cost me about $1. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, this is just a quick lesson on what not to do on your tape deck if you try to fix it yourself. This is a Sony TC We425. I'm doing it up in my kitchen because we just had such an influx of equipment and stuff. I want to get this one fixed so I can sell it on Fleabay or on one of the sites that I'm a member of on Facebook or Audio Karma or something like that. Anyhow, I just couldn't. It was in the bargain basement, whatever it is, the Goodwill bargain bin thing. It was sitting there and it had been bounced around. So it is complete and it actually looks pretty nice. So I spent the $1 by weight for this thing and brought it home. So I've already removed the first tape deck out of it and want to show you exactly what's going on, and I apologize if figures my extra light don't work, so give me a second here. Okay, I gotta apologize ahead of time because my shop is got all space is taken up by tape decks I'm in the process of putting back together, or they've all been troubleshot. They just haven't been reassembled in 2 cases, and one I'm leaving it open until I get my Iowa ADF 990 on this bench. But if you look at this right away, in particular, you've got a belt that's being driven right here. It looks like it's driving these two, and you see the little guys moving, right? Okay, this is a pretty skinny belt. How about that one? Pretty skinny too. But you got a motor right here. How's this thing all work together with that motor? Well, let's take a look. Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't. It's not connected. So when I turn this thing on, it's really hard to see it right here. How can I? All right, there you go. That's belt. That's old belt right there. Okay, what you have is that belt should be driving this guy or both of them. This thing should not be on there. Nothing's driving this right now. But this belt, this pulley, or this they're supposed to be inertia wheel, or supposed to have some mass to them.
Flywheel.
It's driving this fine. You can see that. You can see stuff moving. So it's probably bringing the head up. Is that right? Yep. There it goes. See? Great. Okay. So that activates the cam. I took this one off. I don't even know what that goes to, but I have a replacement and it looks kind of like it, right? I also have a bigger one which goes up under there and through here and back. So there's this is how I found it. This is how I found it in the bargain bin. It was making these weird noises when I turned it on both decks. So we'll take a look at the next one. But I got to clean it off because that is belt on that pulley. All right, before I go too far, it looks like there's a screw in here for this motor, and there may be a screw right there for that motor. And if you look at this, the belt is set up so that when I put the new belt on, it's going to have to go around this right here. So there's no way I can just slip it in. I got to take or pull the motor back, which will give me a better chance to finish cleaning, although I think I got it pretty well clean. So let's see if I can do that. Let me get this thing. I think I might have to remove this guy, which I think is this right here. Yep. That it? Yep. So I took care of that. Kind of voluntarily fell off. And remember, I got another one. Oh, crap. I've got another unit. It's a 2-head or a 2 tape deck, so dual cassette. Oh, are you kidding me? I love this one. Moses Radio, Hartford. Merry Christmas, 1952. My dad's TV shop. Okay. So those were the screws that I needed to take out. There are 2 screws. Can you see? The one's still in there. I'm just going to give it a quick once over on that. Just make sure I got all the goo off the pulley. Then I'll put a new belt on and reassemble. And that's apart. That's me again. Oh, shoot. Try to keep everything over on one side. Now, if you haven't noticed, we got paper towels and other stuff. Before I go any further, I don't want to put this stuff all over. I was worried here because I cut it up. Actually was laying concrete earlier this morning. All right, got to watch that, and if it breaks off, I can fix it. Okay, we have 2 belts. We have this belt, and we have this belt. Now, right now you can see that this belt's right here. It's kind of locked in, so let me take a look at it real quick. Psst, come on. Guess not. All right, well, I thought I could use them. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So it has to go, it's just over the top. So I should be able to snake that in without taking everything apart. We got to do this one first. There's that. See, this is a replacement right here. Okay, we got it in. Sorry, I'm not trying to show you everything because these can be a pain in the ass. And we have it in there, we have it in here. Now next one is this guy right here. This guy goes around here. Yeah, I keep it up there, and I believe it goes around here. And then it goes around the motor pulley. Which is really hard to do when you're kind of like this. So when you move it, I think that's how it works. But what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to look it up. Yeah. I think I'm going to put a screw in, keep the motor there, and look it up. All right, I'm glad I looked, because this guy doesn't go around. I thought so. I was kind of looking at it, I said, wait a minute. If I go around both of them, I think they're the idler pulleys. Yeah. Yeah, these are those. If I go around both of them, they're going the same way all the time. And so this one is good for fast forward. I think it's fast forward. I got realign. Fast forward, rewind. So this actually needs to go right here. So what it does, is it around the 2 claws or 1 claw? Ah, see what's going on. I also mounted this wrong. I have to loosen it up because there's a pin that it sets on, and of course there's the other screw hole, and that'll change this. Believe, yeah, it'll take off the slack and it'll change the direction. Okay. Direction, look. All right, so you've got, yeah, yep, that's what they want. See that? Perfect. Only in America. That's bullshit. Only thing we can do in America is try to get rid of all our freedoms and stuff in the name of the wealthy. Oh, did I say that out loud? What's going on here? It's not gonna work very well if I keep trying to put it down the hole where the screw is. I already got one in there, I think. All right, there you go. You don't need any real torque. Sorry. That's one. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here because the next one that's coming out is going to show me, I didn't see how this whole thing went. Oh God. And also I got to get rid of all this junk. I want to make sure, before I put it together, I want to make sure I have all the parts in the right spot. Okay, so stay away. And that's as many, I used 4 Q-tips on this one. All right, I don't know if you can already see it, but you've got the small belt, but you got no belt on this one. But you can actually see the dead rubber wrapped around there, the old rubber from the belt. I'm gonna pull this guy out. These are just wire, tin ribbon cable that you just press back in. And then there's all the head information and stuff is right there. I guess this is just a play on this side because they had information. There's only 2 wires. Huh. And this one has the record and erase and all that stuff. Okay, just to let you know, I've been going on and on for a while, not realizing that this thing is just not working. All right, I pulled the battery out. I'm even gonna play with that game. Basically, I just pulled this out. I'm not sure what you missed. I'll find out when I edit. But when you look at it, this is all goo. You see, I just already, that's all goo and needs to be removed and cleaned. Of course, now that I have this going on, I got everything falling. All right, let's clean that off. I'll start. Let's see if I can. My dogs are patiently waiting me to feed them. I've got an hour and a half. When the rain comes and stuff, they got nothing else to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Pretty bad. It's not as bad as some of my other tape decks. I've had tape decks. There's the reason why I'm so surprised here that there's not goo everywhere else is because, of course, that could be the person who attempted to fix this. Because the section's clean, just the pulley on the motor. It's like they completely ignored the motor. Well, not like they did completely ignore the motor. Yeah, we're pretty good. So don't destroy all this stuff. See, I did that and look what happened. Squeezed right out. Whatever. All right, let's do the same thing we did before. Gonna get this guy out. And I'm kind of sure that these are relatively new. These two guys are pretty new. So I'm probably gonna bag them and use them again. Okay, let's see how far they went. Right, they're still there. It's a spot I wouldn't show you before because it was just being, I just didn't want to lose him. See, that's what's happening. Just gotta walk it around. There we go. Okay. Next step's the big one. And from what I understand, this is supposed to hold the belt as you, or you're supposed to be able to weed it through and around and through that pin to hold it so you can put the motor in first. Real easy thing to do, but it doesn't matter to me. There we go. So you see it's over the top here. You gotta watch the routing because some of the routing is so precise. Actually on all of these, you can see all the goo from the belts before. All right, let's see if I can find, there's two of them right there. It's this one right here. Really hard to do when I keep putting two screws in the same hole. They're deep holes, so there we go, done. Uh-oh, ghost. All right, wonderful. Now it's magnetic. All right. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, I know you didn't see that, but there's these two pieces that when you put the tape deck in, it goes inside in one tab hits there, one tab hits the screw hole. So those pieces, and they're loose, but when you push them together, that's the right distance. There's no adjustment. All right. Let's get this out of here. Let's get that out of here. Okay, so I got 4 screws to work on back here. Put this guy in 2 other things. All right, there we go. I need that machine. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just plug this guy in and see how it's locked, and I can't figure out how to unlock it. But you know, the dumbest thing about this, if I really put it together, is that you remember I was rotating the head assembly. And I can't open it to show you, but I think the head assembly is raised up. I can see it on the wheel. So it'll have to cycle through. So let's see what happens. Or it'll blow up. Who knows? Either way, it'll be fun. And that's one of the reasons why. See? Let's see. No problem. That's what I was worried about. All right. Let me turn it off. Oh, you know what? It helps if you if you connect the heads up. Of course it's not working. That's why I always check. See this guy right here? Helps if it's in this connector. That's the record and the play heads. And yes, I just did disconnect it. Oh, man. There you go. Wonder why isn't it? It's not even doing anything. All right. So what happens now? Oh, it's on again. Huh. There's noise in that one. Actually, it isn't now. Okay, I hear something in this. Very hard to hear it. I think I'd take this apart and lubricate it a little bit more. I didn't do any lubrication on this because it's pretty much a self-contained unit. But I think I might do that. I can hear, it's very, very slight, but I can hear the flywheels. Sorry, I can't play the music now. I will be playing it, well, something, one of my other test tapes. Just to check the outputs and stuff and the speed. So I haven't checked the speeds and I'll go through all that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's a fairly easy tape deck to work with. This one had somebody worked on it, and yeah, we definitely had some issues with the work on it. You can get the service manuals for this on, I think it's Hi-Fi Engine, which I usually get, but you have to log in for that, and I don't know if they take any more members. But if you look for the model number and the type of, like this one, Sony TC, I think it's We425 service manual, you'll get it's electronics in Hungarian, Takanika or Takinia, something like that. It's a Hungarian site, and they download them. You can download up to 10 manuals a day, and they're pretty good. You don't need to have logins and stuff like that, but you do need to make sure you hit the right download. So you got to go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see something that says "I'm not a robot." Click that, and then right below it, a download link will come up. Okay. So this is Dave. This is going to be put on Saving Our Sanctuary, and maybe on my Dave's DIY channel too.